Hi guys, I recently created this presentation at work, and I'm excited to share it with you all because it covers something really important, cyber attacks and how we can stay safe. We are led to today's topic, cyber attacks and cybersecurity. Before we dive into what cybersecurity is and how it protects us, let's first understand what a cyber attack really is by looking at its definition and some real-world case studies. A cyber attack is any attempt by a person or group to access, damage, or steal data from computers, networks, or digital systems without permission. In simple terms, a cyber attack is when someone tries to misuse computers or the internet to steal data, money, or control systems. It can target any individuals, companies, or governments, and it be for various reasons such as money, spying, politics, disruption, or just even fun. Although the motives may vary, a cyber attack is still an attack. Because the method is same, unauthorized access, theft, or disruption of digital systems. It's always a violation of digital security. Now let's look at some famous examples to see how these attacks happen and the kind of impact they can cause. First up being that the Yahoo data breach happened to be in the year 2013 and 2014. Yahoo suffered multiple cyber attacks that eventually exposed data of all 3 billion user accounts. This included their names, email addresses, phone numbers, dates of birth, security questions and answers, and encrypted passwords, which makes it the largest data breach in history. Their goal was intelligence gathering, not quick cash. They wanted to access to millions of email accounts, personal communications, sensitive conversations, information about journalists, diplomats, government officials, and businessmen. This data was later used for fraud, impersonation, and phishing. Emails are gold mines for intelligence agencies. How did hackers get in it was due to a stolen internal code called cookie forging. Simply explaining cookie forging, the hackers stole Yahoo's internal code that allowed them to fake login cookies, so they could log in without knowing the password. This means that there was no password alerts, no login warnings, and complete silent access. As we all know, wherever there is an attack, there is an impact, after which Yahoo lost $350 million in its sale to Verizon. Massive loss of user trust, and some lawsuits and penalties. It wasn't hacked in one night. It was slowly harvested because security was ignored. Next up is the Sony Pictures cyber attack in November 2014. Sony Pictures Entertainment suffered a massive cyber attack. Employees suddenly logged in and saw hacked by GOP, that's Guardians of Peace. Sony's internal systems were completely taken over. Unlike many hacks done for money, this attack was political and psychological. Reports and evidences say that the attack was linked to North Korea. Sony was about to release a movie called The Interview, a comedy that mocked North Korea's leader. They leaked their private employee emails, executive conversations, salary details, and unreleased movies. This was cyber terrorism, not just hacking. Hackers wanted Sony to cancel the movie, to apologize publicly and stop insulting their leadership. There was also a strong political message that the hackers wanted to prove that they could attack a major Hollywood company, and also they could control what gets released globally. This was about power, not profit. Hackers used malware to infiltrate Sony's network, moved laterally, they stole data for weeks, and finally deployed wiper malware to destroy systems, after which Sony had an estimated loss of about $100 million. Lawsuits from employees and massive public embarrassment, even though Sony belongs to the entertainment industry. The systems that failed were IT systems. The servers, networks, and employee access. The same systems exist in every IT company. It reminds us that cyber threats are not limited to banks or governments. Any organization that stores data and uses technology faces the same risks. One more point to note here is that this attack happened in the year 2014. However, there was another attack happened in the year 2011, but it was specifically targeted to their PlayStation network, which is Sony's online gaming platform. This attack affected millions of gamers worldwide and led to the exposure of user account data. As a result, Sony's PlayStation network services were taken offline for several weeks. Let's see the next case, the SolarWi NDS supply chain cyber attack. Just giving a brief about SolarWinds, it is a software company. Many big organizations use its software to monitor their IT systems and manage networks and servers in 2020. Hackers broke into SolarWinds systems. They secretly added malicious code into its software. Updates. These updates were then sent to customers. As normal and trusted updates, companies themselves installed the malware, thinking it was safe. Here the hackers didn't attack companies directly. They attacked the supplier, that is SolarWinds. The supplier then unknowingly delivered malware to everyone. It's like poisoning food at the factory instead of each house. In this case, the main motive was long-term secret access, emails and internal data, government and corporate intelligence, where the victims included U.S. government departments, tech companies, and security firms. Due to this hack, thousands of organizations affected, and also sensitive government data. Exposed, the SolarWinds attack showed that even trusted software can become a gateway for cyber attacks, affecting thousands of organizations worldwide. Next up is the WannaCry ransomware attack. WannaCry is not a company or organization. It is the name given to a ransomware attack. In May 2017, a ransomware attack called WannaCry spread rapidly across the world. It exploited a vulnerability in Microsoft Windows systems. Once infected, it locked users out of their files and demanded a ransom in Bitcoin to restore access. It showed up a message: your files have been encrypted. Pay Bitcoin to recover them. The primary motive was financial gain. Attackers demanded money from individuals, organizations, and governments in exchange for decrypting files. It is also believed they wanted to demonstrate cyber power and disruption. It had affected over 200,000 computers in 150-plus countries. Major disruption to hospitals, businesses, railways, and government services. Lastly, we have the Facebook data misuse. Cambridge Analytica. 2018, a quiz app came on Facebook like, which personality are you? What are your likes and interests? People clicked it and gave permission without reading. That app didn't just take their data, it also took their friends' data, as they had access to both of their profile. Millions of people's information was collected. Their likes, interests, location, political views. This data was secretly given to a company called Cambridge Analytica. That company used the data to show manipulative political ads, build psychological profiles of users, and thereby influence voter behavior. In this hack, no passwords were stolen, and no systems were broken into in the traditional sense. But the effect was similar to a cyber attack, because personal information was taken without permission. It was data misuse, or unauthorized data harvesting, exploiting Facebook's API and weak privacy controls. Although Facebook eventually overcame the attack, it faced significant impacts. Facebook lost public trust. It had to pay big fines and adhere to new strict data privacy laws. Sometimes these attacks are about exploiting personal data to manipulate people. These were just 5 out of many cyber attacks. As attacks continue to evolve, security must evolve faster. Bringing us to today's next topic, that is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is the practice of protecting computers, networks, software, and data from cyber attacks, hackers, viruses, and unauthorized access. Let's look in each one of it. Network security. It protects networks, internet, Wi-Fi, and internal systems from hackers or unauthorized access. How to avoid hacking of network? First is to install firewall. It acts as a barrier between trusted network and the internet and blocks unknown and malicious traffic. Install VPN, encrypts internet traffic, and hides internal network from outsiders, so it prevents hackers from spying on data. Secure your Wi-Fi network. Change default router username and password. Use WP-A3 or WP-ATWO encryption and disable public or open Wi-Fi access. Prevents outsiders from entering the network. Use intrusion detection and prevention systems. Detects suspicious activity and automatically blocks attacks. So it acts like an alarm system. Network segmentation. Divide network into smaller parts and limit access between departments. See that even if one part is hacked, the rest stays safe. Next is the application security. Protect software and applications, that is web apps and mobile apps, from hacking, bugs, and malicious attacks. How to avoid hacking of applications. Install web application. Firewall filters malicious web traffic and blocks attacks like XSS. SQL injection. Basically, it works at application level. These are firewalls specially made for applications' regular application updates, and patching fixes security vulnerabilities, updates frameworks and libraries, and removes unused features. Because outdated apps are easy to hack, authentication and authorization, use strong login systems, and give role-based access. Enable multi-factor authentication. It ensures only authorized users enter secure APIs, use API keys and tokens, and limit API access. APIs are common attack points. Data or information security protects data such as personal, financial, company, customer data from unauthorized access, theft, leakage, or loss. How to avoid hacking or leakage of data. Always classify the data. Identify sensitive data and decide who should access what. Not all data needs same level of protection. Encrypt the data. Encrypt stored data in databases or hard drives, and encrypt data in transit so that even if data is stolen, it can't be read. Access control. Give role-based access and remove access. When employee leaves, it limits damage from insider threats. Data backup. Store backups offline or in secure cloud. Most important protection against ransomware. Secure databases. Use strong database passwords. Databases are prime targets for hackers. Endpoint security protects end-user devices such as laptops, desktops, mobiles, tablets, and servers from cyber attacks, malware, and unauthorized access. Endpoints are the most common entry point for hackers. Install antivirus or anti-malware. Use antivirus tools to detect malware, ransomware, and suspicious behavior in real time, so it provides continuous threat monitoring and response. Enable endpoint firewall. Activate device-level firewalls to control inbound and outbound traffic and block unauthorized connections. It prevents direct access to the device. Enable device encryption. Encrypt hard drives using tools like BitLocker or FileVault, so the data remains unreadable if the device is lost or stolen. Keep OS and software updated. Install OS security patches and update browser and apps. Fixes vulnerabilities that hackers exploit. Control USB and external devices. Allow only safe and approved USB or external devices. Lastly, we have the email security, which focuses on protecting users from phishing emails, malicious links, fake attachments, spam emails, and email spoofing. Always verify the sender. Hackers often use lookalike emails. Do not click unknown links. Check the sender's email carefully. Never download unknown attachments, especially files ending with exe, zip, HTML. Use strong passwords. Use long and unique passwords for email. And never reuse your passwords. Use spam filters. Keep email security filters on and report phishing emails. Instead of deleting them, keep system and antivirus updated. Never share OTPs or credentials with anyone. These were the 5 key types of cybersecurity. Technology alone cannot stop cyber attacks. Organizations stay protected only when people, processes, and security work together. That brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you.